Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today we are making a card that was inspired by Jennifer McGuire's challenge of stenciling on stamps from her Sharing Handmade Kindness group for the month of July. And we are going to use just some random stamps that I have dies for, and we're going to stamp the flowers and the leaves in some random colors of ink, and then I'm going to try to stencil on them with some white ink. And that little stencil that you just saw there was from the Spellbinders Advent Calendar from 2022. And I don't have any other dot stencils. I suppose I could have made myself one with some acetate, but I didn't. And we're going to use Hero Arts Unicorn White ink. And I have a special brush designated for only white ink. And note to self, I should have cleaned off the stamp better before I did this because I saw a little bit of green on my brush after I was finished. And spoiler alert, I figured out towards the end of the video that pouncing the ink on as opposed to rubbing it on seems to work better and get better coverage. So there's your little tip of the day. Yeah, there was me realizing that there was green on my white brush. But it turned out pretty cool. I wish there were more dots, but it turned out pretty cool. So we're going to move on and do some more in some different colors of ink. I used some really old Stampin' Up! Inks at first, and then I'm going to use a Catherine Pooler ink, I think. Maybe Lime Ricky or something. And this stamp set is a very old stamp set from Stampin' Up! But basically, I just wanted to shop my stash and use what I had to make the same technique that Jennifer was talking about. This stamp set has the veins for the leaves, which I think is really cool. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the veins in the leaves. And I set up my MISTI so that I did the stamping of the flower on one end. If you can see it on the left is the flower. And then I set up the right to do the veins of the flower. Or the leaf, not the flower, the leaf. So that turned out pretty cool. I like that. And then we're going to grab a different stencil to do this one. I don't have a ton of stencils, but this is how I keep them organized in a binder like this. This one is, all my stencils are pretty old. I have no clue if any of these are still available. I'm pretty sure that these rabbit hole design ones are not available anymore. I think I've had them for like 4 years or something now. I won them in a contest like 4 years ago, so. All right, so we are going to tape the stencil onto the edge of the MISTI so you can put the white ink on through the stencil and then flip the stencil over so it'll be out of the way so you can stamp it down onto your image. And there I am putting the white ink on. And the more white ink on, the better your image is going to show up. So the heavier you load it up. See, look how white that is. That's awesome. And then there it is. There it is with the veins and the white. I like it. I like it a lot. I am glad that I used several different colors of green ink to vary up all the leaves. Because, you know, no tree has all the same color leaves exactly. All right, so now we're going to move on to some flowers that are in the same stamp set. I don't even remember what, maybe Botanical Blooms or something like that, I think, from Stampin' Up! It's really old, like I said. I don't have any newer flowers or anything with dies with stamps and dies, I should say. So we're going to use what we have. This is Marina Mist from Stampin' Up! I thought it would be lighter. I haven't used it for a long time. I thought it would be lighter. It's pretty dark. Yeah, that's much darker than I thought it would be. But we're working with it. And this, I love me the Electropop inks. Just be warned, though, it will stain your clear photopolymer stamps. I tried to wash that ink off immediately when I was done. Yeah, the stamp is pink now. It doesn't matter to me because it's not like, you know, I'm not winning a contest for clean stamps or anything, so I don't care. But here we go, trying the same concept on my, on all the flowers with that stencil. And my little tape hinge works pretty good. Kind of, sort of. Doesn't really stay out of the way that well. But look at that. The blue one turned out pretty cool. And here we go on the next one. I'm definitely a fan of the pink, the lighter colored ones. The blue one is cool, but the other ones I think are cooler, in my opinion. Maybe it's just because I like pink better. Maybe that's why. Probably. Let's see how this one turns out. There we go. It looks party. All right, and here's the last flower that I did. I could have done a whole bunch of flowers if I had the time. I could have done a whole ton of them, but I was kind of like working on my lunch break here. And this card actually, it's kind of fun for me when I do these editing and stuff, because it's fun to see how long it actually took. Because I have this like delusion in my head that card making only takes like, oh, it'll be just like 10 minutes. It's a quick card. Yeah, no, there was about 40 minutes of footage for this one card. And I felt like I had my thought process together pretty well. Yeah, do you see there's pink ink on that white brush now? Yeah, apparently I didn't clean off the stamp good enough. But oh my god, I love the result. Look at that. That's so pretty. All right, and then we're going to put, I don't even know what those things are called, in the center of the flowers. But we're putting those in the center of the flowers. The little thingies in the center of the flowers. If anybody knows, leave a comment below, because yeah, I'm not really a plant person, so the names of things on plants do not stick in my brain. My mom is very much a plant person, so I'm sure she knows what those things are called, but I do not, in fact, know what they are. All right, so I know they're probably not supposed to, but I decided to put one way and one the other way because it just looked weird only having one. So I did do two. I went one way, one the other way. Excuse me, sorry. I did like the way the flowers turned out. With the thing in the center in black, it was like a stark contrast that I really liked. Now it's time to die cut them. And I do only have one die for each shape. I do like these dies because they don't leave that traditional white space around the edge of where you've inked from the stamp. So that's pretty cool. I do like that because sometimes I just don't want that white space around the edge. But, and I do like that I made several different shades of green for these. And I do try to, when I run stuff through the die cut machine, I try to do as many as I possibly can. Like use up all the dies I have basically for what the project I'm working on, because to me it's a pain in the butt to, go do the die cutting and then be like, oh yeah, we have 15 more to go or whatever. So I do run as many as I can through the die cutting machine. And apparently I did not film when I decided how I wanted to arrange all these flowers on top of the card, and that die cut piece, that embossed piece that you see there in silver, that was honestly sitting on my desk from a Father's Day project that I had made. It's, I think it's called 3D Hexagons or something embossing folder. It's pretty old too. A lot of my supplies are old, let's be real. So I just glued that down, and then I'm going to rearrange all the, oh wait, here I am arranging the flowers. All right, so these flowers are going to hang over the edge of the card a little bit, and I will trim them down on the top and the bottom, but they can hang over the side where the silver is, and that'll just be cool. Excuse me. I did decide to not use the blue flower just because I go with the theory of uneven numbers are better for the eye or something. So, and it also looked cluttery in my opinion with 3 flowers and 3 leaves. So I'm going to stick that leftover flower into the stamp pocket thing. And now I'm going to get a sentiment out of a different stamp set. I decided for the Just a Note sentiment. I do actually have someone in mind to send this card to, which that rarely happens that I have someone in mind to send it to. So, yeah, I will just put this sentiment on the front and use my Misty to stamp it on there. And ta-da, it looks beautiful. And then this is very uncharacteristic of me. I'm going to put a sentiment on the inside from that same stamp set. I never put inside sentiments on my cards. I should, but I don't. It would probably make my life a little easier when I go to give the cards to people, because then I wouldn't have to think up everything that goes on the inside of the card. Do you like to put inside sentiments on your cards, or do you leave them blank? 99% of mine are blank. Oh, there's the finished product. I love it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Come back soon and have a great day. Check out some of these other videos. Thanks. Bye.